Am I the butthole for publicly shaming my boss for hitting on me? Hey Reddit, I'm a 27F working in a mid-sized tech company for the last 2 years. My boss, let's call him Mark 45M, has always been well liked in the office, charismatic, funny, and super friendly with everyone. At first, I thought he was just being nice and supportive, especially when I was still new, but over time, his behavior started crossing boundaries that made me uncomfortable. It started small compliments that were just a bit too personal, lingering touches on my shoulder when he passed by, or saying things like, "You're the prettiest girl in the office," when I was simply asking about work-related issues. I brushed it off because I didn't want to make things awkward, but then it escalated. About 6 months ago, he began sending me text messages outside of work hours. At first, it was innocent. "Hey, hope you're having a good weekend." But then they quickly became more flirty. "I bet you look gorgeous right now," or "I can't stop thinking about you." I ignored most of them, but it became impossible to act like it wasn't happening. The tension at work started building. I knew I had to say something. One day, I confronted him in private, telling him that his behavior was making me uncomfortable and that I wanted it to stop. He apologized but then quickly followed it up with, "I'm just so attracted to you. I can't help it." That completely shocked me. I was speechless. He didn't stop after that conversation. In fact, he started being even more persistent, saying things like, "You know we'd make a great team outside of work too," or "No one has to know." It made my skin crawl. I felt trapped because I didn't want to lose my job, but I couldn't keep dealing with this harassment. The final straw came during a company event at a bar. We had a team building night out, and as the evening progressed, Mark got visibly drunk. In front of several coworkers, he put his arm around me and said, "You know, if I wasn't your boss, you'd be mine tonight." I was mortified. My colleagues just laughed it off, thinking he was joking, but I couldn't take it anymore. I left the event early, and the next day, I made the decision to expose him. I drafted a long email and sent it to HR, detailing everything that had happened, from the inappropriate text to the comments in front of others. I also attached screenshots of his messages and shared accounts from that night at the bar. HR opened an investigation, but things got messy. Mark found out that I had reported him, and instead of taking responsibility, he started spreading rumors around the office that I had misunderstood his intentions. Some coworkers bought his story, others didn't. But what really surprised me was that some people said I overreacted, claiming that he was just being playful and that I should have handled it differently, more discreetly. I didn't stop there. I was so fed up with how this had played out that I decided to make a public post about it on my social media. I didn't name the company, but I described in detail what had happened and made it clear that this kind of behavior is unacceptable in any workplace. It got a lot of attention, both good and bad. Some people praised me for standing up for myself, while others said I was ruining someone's career over harmless flirting. Now, Mark's been put on leave pending further investigation, but the workplace environment is toxic. Some coworkers give me the cold shoulder, and I've been labeled dramatic or difficult by a few. My career in this company feels like it's over, but I don't regret standing up for myself. Still, I can't help but wonder, did I go too far by making this public? Should I have just kept it within HR and avoided the social media post? Or was I right to expose his behavior to everyone, even if it led to these consequences? So, Reddit, am I the butthole for publicly shaming my boss for hitting on me?